So, welcome to my energy update, which, by the way, through the month of August, until told otherwise, will definitely be under the banner and through the filter of Sekhmet. So, Sekhmet, we are in her season, man. We are in the Lionsgate portal that opens on the 26th of July, and we are moving forward to the 8-8 portal. And many say it closes on the 12th, but I believe it goes a lot further than that. A lot of us are in agreement with that. So, go with what you feel, not with what you read, okay? But ain't that the truth of this whole spiritual path that we're on? So go with what you feel, go with what you intuit, rather than basically what's in the text. And you will have a much more expansive and full Lionsgate period. Now, when we come into this period, let me tell you, so many of us Lion Pride members come like hurtling in going, yeah, it's Lionsgate. And then we get a little bit into it and then we're like, oh, let it be over. Do you know what I mean? But this year is very, very different. Tomorrow we move into a beautiful, powerful new moon, and it is coming in with, such richness. I can feel it. And it's like Sekhmet is just stirring up all of the foundations of the shadow. Now, Sekhmet is a dark mother, which means she is a shadow worker. She's a shadow mother. She's going to go to the dark, deep places of you, and she's going to just pull it up so you can look at it. You know, all the parts of you that you were just too fearful to look at, she's going to bring to you. And that's kind of where we're at right now, because, you know, once we understand that the boogeyman isn't real, we're quite happy to sit in the dark. Do you know what I mean? So it's getting comfortable with being in the darkness rather than fearful. And that is exactly what she does. She's an alchemist. She's a healer. She's known as the Lady of the Flame. She is the goddess of war and chaos. So like war and chaos, all of that list, you're like, yeah, okay, let's not do that. But this is the whole thing with Sekhmet, you know, she is like, she has absolutely transformed my life. And I know many of you out there watching this will stand testament to that as well, because I have been inundated by so many of Sekhmet's priestesses and priests from all over the world. And it's just getting more and more and more. And she actually said to me several years ago, bring my cubs home, bring my children home. And that's kind of been the quest of Marie. And it's happening. We're all coming back to the Lion Pride. So we all have similar stories, because once Sekhmet is with you, then there ain't going back. You know what I mean? And you can't ignore her either, because if you do, understand that you will now know the wrath of Sekhmet, and it ain't pretty. So she's a tough love kind of energy and frequency and mother. So if she's with you and you're feeling the presence of her, she's not there for nothing. I mean, you're a powerhouse. That's why she's turned up, and she's poking you going, right, are you ready? So we need to be ready. We're in Lionsgate, right? So she is now going to be conjuring up all sorts of chaos within us and around us. Now, that's what this video is a little bit about, because I'm going to be doing lots of like Sekhmet delivered videos, because she's basically taking us through the layers. And if we can consciously come to the party and work with her in this way, instead of hiding from her, it's going to be a lot smoother, and you're going to have a much more empowered experience. So don't be scared. Don't be frightened. Come claim your power, because this is what it's all about. It's a reclamation of power. That is what the 8-8 portal is all about. And that is what Sekhmet is all about, because for me, she's deeply connected to the Sphinx, which obviously, you know, in Egypt, that's very much lion energy as well. We could go on a different tangent with that, but we get the idea, right? And when you access the energy and the frequency into the Sphinx, you go to the 8th dimension. So the 8th dimension, obviously 8-8, you know, it's all these connections, right? But it is about acceptance of core power, and you can't proclaim it until you've accepted it. And I've said this time and time again, just so we know the process that we have to go through. And some of us, all of us, are very scared of our power. We feel that we're not worthy. So this is going to be shot to pieces over the next few months. It's going to take us to the end of this year, which is all the transformational year of 2024, right? So now, as she brings along the chaos is actually divine feminine energy, but chaos can also be very, very intense and traumatic, or it can be absolutely transformative. It all depends on whether you're pitching up to the party or whether she's dragging you out by your lion's tail, kicking and screaming, going, you got to come and look at this. So it really is a choice as to how you travel. You want to go first class, or you want to go cattle class and get your ass kicked. It's completely up to you. And I just speak from absolute experience here. So this is the wisdoms of Marie. Trust me, I've been here, I know. But it's a beautiful thing when you can pitch up to your lion pride and just go, right, I'm here, I'm ready to face it. So what you're going to be experiencing right now, which is going to be an absolute test, is the chaos that is going on with your inner world, but also as well the chaos around the world. Okay, the world has gone mad. We know that, but we're in a great space of deconstruction. And just, what comes to me now is the catastrophe card, the tarot card, where the burning building and there's fire coming out of it. It's a beautiful thing, but it's also very intense to go through. So your immediate test right now is what she's showing each and every one of us through the reclamation of power or acceptance of core power, harnessing your fires, okay, and coming into your center and really going, yeah, this is me. You're going to bring a very, very powerful anchor into the earth. And within you, your anchor is going to go doof. And you're going to be able to hold yourself while everything else around you is going a bit mental. Now, the thing is, that is actually the alchemical process, because when we manifest, alchemical power looks like that. It's chaos. We manifest through chaos, right? And that's the divine feminine. So don't be scared of it, right? But we have to anchor and hold our center so we don't get whipped up and taken off with that chaos, because then you just end up chasing your ass and then nothing's coming to fruition. So this is where we are right now as a pride. Okay, we are now coming into the mastery of knowing what it is to be anchored within, to allow others to go through their processes and all the other energies that's going on around. And how do we do that? We see to our own needs first. So this is now getting a bit practical, spiritual now, because now I'm going, that's the bigger picture with Sekhmet, and she is encouraging us to take care of your own needs first of all before you deal with anything else. That means being committed, disciplined, because Sekhmet's all about discipline of coming in the morning. And if you don't have time in the morning, get up earlier. That's the kind of energy that Sekhmet is. Then fix it. Get up earlier. Get up in the morning and do your meditation. It can take you 15 minutes, right? Which isn't a long time, even 10 minutes. But you're going to come in and you're going to anchor into your being. You're going to breathe. You're going to take a moment to push all of the energy out, expand your energy field, put what I call the circle of Sekhmet around you. Visualize a circle of fire all the way around you, and then make sure, it's up to you how big you want to make that space, but there is no thing between you and your outer perimeter of Sekhmet flames. Nothing can penetrate that. That's your boundaries. That's you kind of like holding your sacred center, okay? And then clearing any density that might be in you, bringing the flames of Sekhmet up and out, okay? And sending it out beyond the circle, right? You are protected, okay? And just getting your roots in the earth, all right? And just doing some breathing and set an intention for the day. What is it that you want to happen in this day? And it may be, just want to attain my peace. That's all. And it's just having that focused awareness, doesn't take long, is you honoring yourself, valuing yourself, loving yourself, unconditional love. You're a big factor. That has to be so. Now, if you ignore that and you push it out, you're not a factor. So then, of course, you're just going to be forever trying to figure this out. So it's very, very important for several reasons. Holding your center in the chaos, right? Now, this is all very solar plexus fire energy, okay? Because her chakra is the solar plexus, right? And that is connected to the sun fire because it's solar, right? So it's all about divine masculine in a way, even though the sun is divine feminine and masculine. It can be, you know what I mean? Because everything is divinely balanced. But yeah, I mean, most of the time we understand that the moon is feminine and the sun is masculine. But for this case, whatever, let's just say the sun is your internal balance in your solar plexus, as you know, divine masculine and feminine. It's got to be balanced, right? So now with that space, when it's balanced, that's your center of will. So when it's got clear energy by doing that little ritual I just shared with you, that solar plexus is going to be like ready for action to actually call in, ward off anything that you don't need. Nobody's going to mess with you. Do you know what I mean? So now also the next step to that is like, as creators, I just want to chuck in the middle, in the center right now about basically painkillers and pain points and painkillers. So here we are, really wanting to bring new creative ideas forward. We are wanting to just, be creative because that's our natural thing. So what happens is we get our ideas and we're like, yeah, that'd be awesome. And we get our rockets of desire. So we get the ideas, we get inspiration, and then it gets so much Then we get procrastination. And then we sit there and we get in our heads with everything, and then we get stuck, and then we have a really shit day. So how do we move beyond that? Or rather, why is that happening? So this is very much dovetailing with the chaos that is going around in the world and the test that Sekhmet is bringing to us. Can you hold your center in the chaos? Yes, you can. If you do that, then you can actually perfectly move into being inspired with the idea, inspired creation, inspired action. But what do we do to basically clear that space to make sure that we don't get stuck? All right. I'm going to take you through a short ritual, which I don't usually do on these videos, but I just feel the need that that this would be really, really helpful. So I'm going to take you through a little bit of a guided meditation, take 5 minutes to take you into what I call like the underworld, the womb. And because when you're up here above the ground, all the ideas coming in and you've got no roots in the ground and you haven't done your little Sekhmet ritual and you're up here vibrating, then guess what? You're just going to keep circling to land. And then nothing happens. And then you get frustrated and then you feel like you're losing. You know what I mean? And you're not winning the game. We got to come into the earth, because the earth is where the womb is. The earth is where the creation actually happens. The earth, coming into the womb, the earth is where it all slows down and all the white noise disappears. So we don't just have to get our roots in the earth. We got to get in the womb, man. We got to get right down there. And I don't care whether you're a dude or, whatever. The womb, we all came out of one, didn't we? Guys and girls. So we got to go back to that and really take sanctuary in that quiet space and think from there. And that is going to serve 2 things. Going to really action your creation codes. And second of all, it's going to keep you grounded. So I want you to close your eyes. So taking a nice big deep breath and just close your eyes. And I want you to visualize now just yourself sitting in your chair and just allowing yourself to come into your center and just breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. And now as you sit in your chair, you're very much in your world, in your life. Noises, creations, ideas are buzzing around you. But you really want to anchor and ground into the creative process. So I want you to now take a big deep breath in. And as you exhale, vision yourself as being this massive oak tree. An oak tree is about sovereignty. An oak tree is the most regal, royal of all of the trees. And they have such power and strength in holding. So imagine yourself to be that of an oak tree. And as you exhale, allow the roots to go all the way into the earth. With each breath, allow yourself to take root. With each breath, you may experience your trunk getting a little bit more expanded. Be big. Imagine the canopy of your tree, of who you are, to expand. But the root system is bigger, stronger, wider, as it goes into the underworld through the layers upon layers upon layers of the earth, the crystals, the waterbeds. And as you now are taking your focus and you're following those roots all the way into the earth, it kind of like works its way around this huge, beautiful sanctuary of a space, indicative of a womb, indicative of the underworld. You take up rest here. And this may show itself to you like a river and a rock covered with the most comfortable moss that you decide to just lie on. Or it may be a bed of dried oak leaves that you decide to just rest on. But either way, the energy is very slow. And you start to feel the importance and the urgency of anything just disappearing. Let it go. For down here with the running water of the divine feminine, the running water of creation, your ideas, they just flow. They come, they move through. They transform and express themselves as they move around rocks. They find the path of least resistance. And so does your own energy. And it expresses itself into something else. It may turn into a little brook or a faster flowing river. But either way, that river of creation, which essentially is you, this river that you are observing, is actually a reflection of how you create and what your energy looks and feels like. There is no boulder in the way that stops such a process. And you feel this running through your whole being. You feel tingly now. For there is no agenda, no outcome to this creative force of power that comes through you. And you feel now your crown center starts to tingle a little. You feel your whole body react to what I'm sharing with you. So allow that to move through your being. And I invite you just to sit a little longer and call in the support of the mothers, the support of Gaia, the support of yourself and Sekhmet, to allow you to rest and be in the belly of the goddess. For here is where true creation happens, and it is non-interrupted by distortions, interference, white noise. So now your mastery is to understand what it is to be here and live in the middle world. And it will come, because now you know you can come here. And this is nothing you don't know. It's everything that your being has always experienced. It's the truth of who you are. So now you can feel everything slowed down. Now you can feel the natural pace of the divine feminine, which is just flow. And there is a time, yes, to access and activate the speed of other frequencies. But right now, creative processes and adventures come from here. So now maintaining, allowing, agreeing, giving permission to rest here with your energy field beautifully deep into the earth. You may now bring awareness to the chair that you sit in. And as you feel the connection with as above, so below, the two worlds meet, you maintain and hold this inner power which Sekhmet speaks of, this strength, this calmness, this grounding, while chaos ensues. And now, all of a sudden, it's not so busy, is it? So you can open your eyes, take a nice big deep breath in, and if you have it available to you, pen to paper, do some journaling. So I'm going to leave that there. And I do hope that you enjoyed that little adventure with me. As you know, we have the Get Activated part on the YouTube channel, if you're watching here from YouTube. And, you know, it's like it's all there, you know, but you just enjoyed a little adventure with Marie. Welcome to my world every day. So anyway, thank you for being here and enjoy the chaos, because it's time to create, time to create. And just on that, we are going to be getting together on the 8th portal for a live with me, and I'm going to be getting to know the goddess a bit more, Sekhmet, and I'm opening the space for that. I don't quite know how long I'm going to go on for, because I just don't know. That's up to Sekhmet. But we start at 5 p.m. Central African time. So I would love to invite you all to my Sekhmet gathering on that live. And yeah, let's get together and celebrate some 8-8 portal energy. So yes, with peace and love in my heart, thank you for being here. Peace.